Antifa beats journalists. Antifa attacks our police stations. They attack our courthouses. They dox our law enforcement officers. No more. They are a terrorist group, and we are coming after them.
What the fuck are we even watching? You keep hearing about Antifa, but do you even know what that means? Because I promise you it's not what the White House wants you to think it is. They love to throw around the word Antifa this or Antifa that, like it's some terrorist organization. But here's the truth. It's not a group. It's an idea, and that's exactly why they fear it. What's up? I'm Kim Abor from Kim's Breaking Point, where we dig deep into stories and headlines that actually matter and challenge the narratives they don't want you to question. Be sure to follow and subscribe for more deep dives, breakdowns, and the perspectives that mainstream media just won't show you. Okay, so let's talk about Antifa. Because apparently it's the new boogeyman. Every time there's a protest, a riot, or even a crowd who just doesn't agree with the government, you'll start to hear the same line. It's Antifa. But have you ever stopped and asked yourself, what actually is Antifa? Because I promise you, it's not what the White House wants you to think. Antifa is short for anti-fascist. That's it. It's not an organization. There's no membership list, no hierarchy, no office, and no one's getting a paycheck to be with Antifa. It's a loose movement. People who believe that fascism should never exist and never be allowed to rise again. It's about resisting authoritarianism, white supremacy, and state violence through protest, organization, and sometimes direct action. And that's the part that always seems to get left out. Antifa didn't start in 2020. It's not some new Gen Z TikTok thing. It dates way back to the 1930s. People literally fighting the Nazis in the streets of Europe. That same spirit, the belief that silence in the face of fascism is complicity, is what Antifa stands on today. So when politicians talk about Antifa like some terrorist cell, remember, it's not an organization. It's not an organization you can take down. It's an idea. And ideas don't get you arrested, or at least they didn't used to. So if Antifa just means anti-fascist, why the enemy? Because it's a convenient distraction. Labeling anti-fascism as terrorism makes it easy to justify authoritarian crackdowns. It's a way to shift focus away from far-right extremism, the real threat, and onto activists and protesters instead. Every time a city erupts after police brutality, they call it fascism. They call it Antifa. Every time people demand accountability, they say it's Antifa. They're not afraid of violence. They're afraid of resistance. Because if you could make anti-fascism sound like a bad word, what you're really doing is normalizing fascism itself. I've seen this firsthand. I've been at protests where people, students, teachers, nurses, everyday people are just standing up for justice, and suddenly we're all being painted as Antifa operatives. I've seen how labels get weaponized. You speak up against the police? You're Antifa. You wear black and hold a sign? You're Antifa. You dare to say Free Palestine? Boom, you're Antifa. It's not about the truth. It's about control. They use this word to scare people away from activism, to make sure that everyday citizens are afraid to show up, to silence dissent before it ever even happens. But here's the thing. Most of the people that they're calling Antifa aren't violent. They're community members fighting for a better world. Not only for themselves, but for you. One where fascism and authoritarianism don't win. And honestly, if standing for anti-fascism makes you Antifa, then maybe more of us should be proud to wear that label. Antifa isn't the threat. Fascism is. And history has shown us, when people stop resisting, when we let fear dictate who we stand with, fascism creeps back in. So the next time someone says Antifa is the enemy, since when did opposing fascism become controversial? This has been Kim's Breaking Point. Thank you so much for watching. If this video made you think, like, share, and subscribe, and share this out with your friends. And as always, free Congo, free Sudan, and free Palestine.